New moons are like cosmic reset button. Fresh starts, clean slates, and the perfect moment to set intentions. This one lands in Taurus, the sign of values, security, grounding, and yes, food. Think of it as the universe saying, let's make this new chapter last. Aries season fired up our engine, but now Taurus says, cool, now let's build something real. This new moon takes place on April 27th at 2:31 p.m. at 7 degrees of Taurus, and it's especially potent if you have any planets between 5 and 15 degrees of Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. So where does Taurus fall in your chart? That is the zone of manifestation. Welcome to Astrology by Yara. Have you been feeling the shift with all the planets now moving direct? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how it's showing in your chart. This powerful time to set intentions and begin something fresh. In today's video, we're diving deep into the new moon in Taurus, its overall themes, and what this grounded lunation could mean for you. Stick around till the end because I'll be breaking down how the energy activates each zodiac sign. If you're enjoying the content, please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps this channel to grow and spread awareness to more people. All right, let's get into the themes of the Taurus moon. This isn't your average peaceful Taurus moon. It forms a fiery T-square of Mars in Leo, Pluto in Aquarius. Translation: your comfort zone is about to be shaken. Mars is pushing you to act, Pluto is dragging up your excuses and old baggage, and the new moon itself is the pressure point where it all comes together. You might feel like you're being squeezed into growth, and that's because you are. The path ahead requires action, honesty, and aligning your goals with your actual values, not the ones say you believe in when you're trying to keep the peace. And Venus, the ruler of this new moon, is conjunct Saturn and the North Node in 8th house, adding a karmic layer. This isn't about manifesting good vibes. It's about making lasting change through real work. You're being asked to commit to your truth with Saturn here. You can't cut corners. Think it like gardening. You can't plant seeds until you clear out the weeds. The good news, this is the kind of energy that creates true lasting abundance, not just quick wins. And let's not ignore the black moon Lilith opposing the new moon and whispering, be fearless in your expression. She's the wild and tame part in you that refuses to be silenced. This energy can bring up fear of judgment or rejection. Leaning into it could be your greatest breakthrough. Your authenticity is the magic. On the collective level, this new moon activates the 9th house of beliefs, higher learning, travel, and truth. But in Taurus, it's all about what nurtures us. With Pluto and Mars stirring up at the health and wellness axis, we're being asked to look deeper into how food, mindset, and systems directly affect our well-being. This marks the beginning of a deep dive into the food world. In the US, we've been seeing a rise of ADHD and autism, and there's growing concern about artificial dyes in our food, many of which contain neurotoxic chemicals that can aggravate mental health issues. Research has linked these additives to hyperactivity and cognitive disorders, and the conversation is finally heating up. This week, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. announced plans to ban harmful food dyes in the US, aligning with policy already in place in other countries. The message? What we consume physically, emotionally, and mentally matters. Now let's get into the themes for each sign. Aries, the new moon lights up your 2nd house of money, values, and self-worth, bringing a push to redefine what stability, value means to you. With Mars in your 5th house of creativity, pleasure, and Pluto pursuing your 11th house of community and long-term goals, you're being called to balance personal joy and collective responsibility. You may feel torn between indulging into what feels good and investing in what will actually grow your future. It's time to get serious about your talents. How can they serve both your bank account and your bigger mission? Taurus, this is your new moon, a personal reset of your first house of identity. But with Mars stirring up hidden tension in your fourth house of home and Pluto transforming your 10th house of career, the pressure is on. You're stepping into a new version of yourself, but it requires a letting go of old family patterns or expectations and embracing a new kind of power in your public life. You might feel like you're being pulled in 3 different directions, but the clarity comes when you choose yourself first. Gemini, the new moon is in your 12th house, initiating deep internal reset. This is about spiritual healing, closure, stepping away from distractions. Mars in your 3rd house is stirring your mind with urgency, while Pluto in your 9th house is transforming your worldwide view and beliefs. You may feel overwhelmed by new information or conversations that challenge old truths. Don't push to react. This is time to pause, reflect, let a deeper wisdom emerge before you make your next big move. Cancer, the new moon falls in your 11th house of community, friendship, and dreams. It's time to plant seeds around collaboration, networking, and your bigger vision. But with Mars in the 2nd house, challenging your confidence, and Pluto shaking up your 8th house of shared resources and emotional depth, you're being asked to examine your attachments, especially to money, power, or validation. The true progress will come when you trust your worth without needing others to confirm. Leo, the new moon is falling in your 10th house of career and public image, putting your ambitions under the spotlight. You're being called to build something long-lasting. But with Mars in the 1st house stirring personal restlessness, Pluto in the 7th house intensifying relationship dynamics, you're learning how much your external success depends on your internal alignment. If you're feeling pulled between personal independence and partnership demands, use this new moon to set goals to support both. Virgo, this new moon activates your 9th house of learning, travel, higher wisdom, and truth. Perfect for setting intentions around growth and exploration. Mars in the 12th house might make you feel drained or unsure of your direction, and Pluto in the 6th house demands changes in your daily habits or health routines. It's time to question what you're devoting energy to every day and whether it truly aligns with your big dreams. Don't be afraid to let go of the small stuff and chase something greater. Libra, the new moon is in the 8th house of intimacy, transformation, and share resources, offering a chance to get radically honest about what or who you're investing in. Mars in the 11th house could stir up tensions with friends or group dynamics, while Pluto in the 5th house is revamping your relationship with pleasure, passion, and self-expression. You may feel like you're in emotional or creative limbo, but trust that this shakeup is clearing space for deeper, more fulfilling connections. Scorpio, this new moon falls in your 7th house of partnerships and contracts, initiating a new chapter in how you connect with others. But with Mars in your 10th house pushing career demands and Pluto transforming your 4th house of home and emotional roots, you're under pressure to rebalance your personal and professional life. All relationship patterns, especially around control or independence, might resurface. Use this energy to consciously choose the kind of partnership that supports your evolution. Sagittarius, this new moon falls in your 6th house of daily routines, work, and health. It's a great time to start a new regimen or project. The T-square brings tension. Mars in your 9th house speaks of a craving for adventure and expansion, while Pluto in the 3rd house intensifies your mental focus and communication style. You might feel torn between daily responsibilities priorities and your bigger picture or vision. The challenge is to create a routine that supports your desires to grow. Capricorn, the new moon is in your 5th house of romance, joy, inviting you to reconnect with your inner child or artist. Mars in the 8th house could stir up power dynamics or intimate issues, and Pluto in the 2nd house is reflecting how you value yourself. This is about creating from a place of worth, not fear. You may have to let go of needing external validation and instead trust the value of your own expression. Aquarius, this is falling in your 4th house of family, home, and roots. It's time to plant seeds around where, how you feel safe. Mars in the 7th house of relationship and Pluto in the 1st house of identity are asking for the big shifts. You're evolving rapidly, and that may rattle all structures and relationships you once related to. This isn't about abandoning everything. It's about rebuilding in a way that reflects how you are now, not how you used to be. Pisces, the new moon is falling in the 3rd house of communication, mindset, and learning, making this a perfect time to reset how you express yourself and engage with your surroundings. Mars in your 6th house might be stirring restlessness in your daily grind, while Pluto in the 12th house is transforming your inner world behind the scenes. Use this time to upgrade your self-talk. Write it out, speak it clearly, and watch your life reflect the shift. The new moon isn't just about new beginnings. It's about bold, conscious moves rooted in truth, purpose, and self-worth. The universe is asking to plant seeds that actually support the life you want to grow. So get honest, get intentional, and don't be afraid to shake things up. Your future self will thank you. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing. Sending love and light.